In this video, we're going to talk about the order of operations. And this is the order that computers, calculators, this is how they figure out the value of an expression. So it's important. So the order of operations, a lot of people remember this as please excuse my dear Aunt Sally or PEMDAS, or there's a variety of ways people remember these. But the first thing is to simplify parentheses. Actually, it's grouping symbols. So whether they're brackets or parentheses or whatever, simplify parentheses. After that's done, evaluate the exponents. Then you multiply and divide. The caveat here is you've got to do it from left to right. I'm going to do an example that really stresses this a little later. And then after you do that, the only thing that's going to be left is adding and subtracting. So let's do this first example. So we simplify parentheses. 5 minus 2 is 3. So this gives us 4 times 3 minus 2 squared. Now we do the exponents. Well, like we talked in the last video, the only number that's squared here is 2. The negative is not squared, right? So this is just 2 squared, which is 4. So now we have 4 times 3 minus 4. And now we do the multiplying and dividing. Well, there's one multiplication. 4 times 3 is 12. Let me work. 4 times 3 is 12 minus 4. And then all that's left after we do the first 3 steps is adding and subtracting. So we do the subtraction. 12 minus 4 gives us 8. So that expression is equal to 8. Now let's do one that's a little more involved. One of the biggest mistakes people make here is they say 8 minus 2 is 6. Keep in mind, adding and subtracting is the last thing we do. We got to follow these steps. First step is simplify parentheses. 5 minus 3 is 2. So that's the only thing I did was I simplified that. Now we evaluate the exponents. Well, 2 squared is 4. So we get 8 minus 2 times 4 plus 7. Next, we multiply and divide. Again, we don't subtract here. We do the multiplying and dividing. 2 times 4 is 8. So we get 8 minus 8 plus 7. And now we're just left with adding and subtracting. Again, adding and subtracting, you shouldn't do that at all until your last step. When we add and subtract, 8 minus 8 is 0, and 0 plus 7 gives us 7. So there's the answer to that one. Now let me just illustrate another example that kind of drives this third step that drives that point home. And let's say we want to evaluate 5 times 5 divided by 5 times 5. This is not 25 divided by 25, which is 1. It's not what this is saying. We simplify parentheses, there aren't any, so we go to the next step. Evaluate the exponents, there aren't any, so we go to the next step. We multiply and divide as they occur from left to right. Moving from left to right, 5 times 5 is 25. Continuing to go left to right, 25 divided by 5, so this is equal to 25. The next operation, 25 divided by 5 is 5. This is 5 times 5. And 5 times 5 is 25. This expression here is equal to 25. And if you type it into your calculator without plugging in parentheses, 5 times 5 divided by 5 times 5 and press enter, you're going to get 25. If I plug in parentheses here like this, is now equal to 1. This is 25 divided by 25, and that is equal to 1.